In the second half, boys, look, we'll start with Hugo Ekitike. You analysed him at half-time, Michael, but he gave Liverpool the lead, just over a couple of minutes into that second 45.
Yeah, see what happens when he gets in the 6-yard box. That was the second goal. This was the first goal. It was actually an early Christmas present, wasn't it, from Leeds? This is pretty poor play. I'm not sure there, Robbo. Can Ampady actually run towards the goal and not commit the challenge? Maybe. We'll have a look at it in a minute, but this is Ekitike's second goal. And again, this is what I'm talking about. Get in that position on the edge of the 6-yard box, you'll get the tap in.
He does well here, doesn't he? He gets himself back onside. There was a tight call for VAR, and they did look at the offside, but actually when you see him, he's made the movement to get back onside. Goalkeeper makes a real mess of it, but Ekitike gets himself in there, gets in front of the goalkeeper. He's onside because he's behind the ball. Really good piece of forward play, exactly what you were saying at half-time about him.
So 2-0 up and cruising towards the 3 points, Liverpool, and then this penalty incident. What are your thoughts on this, Michael? Nonto eventually being fouled in the box here for Leeds.
Well, see, I think this is probably a pen, but I do have a problem with VAR in this situation. I don't think it's an absolute howler. I think some people watching that will think, I'm not sure. And VAR should come in with absolute huge mistakes, stonewall mistakes type of thing, and I don't think that was. I still think it was a pen, but as I say, I'm a little bit sceptical about why VAR was brought in there and took it away from Calvert-Lewin.
So Dominic Calvert-Lewin scores that, and in the space of, 2 minutes and 45 seconds, Robbo Leeds level.
Wondered what Alisson was doing here, and still the amount of times I watched it, I think it takes a little nick off Konate as it goes through. But good play, a lot of Leeds' good play came on the left-hand side, and you have to give Daniel Farke credit, the changes that he made, Tanaka and Gnonto. Gnonto certainly made a difference with an attacking presence, and that's Aronson, the other substitute as well, the interchange. And what Stack does really well is he cuts inside and he reverses the finish, and he almost dinks it over the goalkeeper.
So that's 2-2, and then in the 80th minute, Michael, Szoboszlai, who's been a shining light in a really disappointing Liverpool season, looked like he'd won it.
Yeah, two great forward runs, one from McAllister and one from Szoboszlai. McAllister dummies, it's a brilliant dummy as well. Calm as you like, Szoboszlai strokes it into the corner, and at that point you think, wow, Liverpool have had the scare, but they're going to get away with it. It's a lovely, cool finish from Szoboszlai, Liverpool's best player this season. He's in total control there, but Leeds had other ideas, I guess.
Leeds had to put up with, 10 added minutes, Robert, didn't they, at the Etihad Stadium last week? The board goes up for 9 in this, and in the 96th, this happens.
Well, they just kept going, and that's been the real reason that they've succeeded this week. They've got the results. They've gone right to the final whistle. They've got lucky. I mean, Liverpool defensively, you can pick the bones out of it again. There's probably a handball in there, and actually he doesn't catch it cleanly at all, does he? He kind of fluffs it into the ground. But at that stage, he gets away with it, and they're not going to complain, Leeds. Tanaka, he was excellent midweek. Unlucky not to start the game today, but he got his just rewards for his performance when he come off the bench.
And Ellen Road absolutely erupted, as we mentioned, a tricky run of fixtures. Right, after the break here on Premier League Live, we will hopefully hear from the Liverpool boss, Arne Slot, and get his reaction from the Premier League.
Yeah, incredible. It's not good. It's certainly not good enough. I mean, I still believe in this team, and I still think in the long term, whenever that might be, it might start in a week, it might be a month, it might be a year. This is a very, very good team with great players. But of course, they're going through a confidence crisis, they're going through problems, whatever it might be. Lots of people have got different thoughts on it, but results aren't good enough at the moment.
Yeah, different emotions in the other dugout. Let's hear the thoughts of the Leeds boss, Daniel Farke.
Daniel, well done. What an incredible night. How did you and your team and that crowd as well manage that?
Yes, it was of course difficult today. The third game was in 7 days against all big names, not just in English football but in European football, and to get out of this week with these performances and also this amount of points is great for the lads. And also today you could feel against the ball we had the energy today. In possession we made a few mistakes, we were a bit running out of energy because we have to be over the line also physically if we play against this top sides. But whatever was thrown in our way today in adversity, we showed unbelievable resilience, unbelievable spirit, fitness level, yes, but also togetherness, also the flexibility to adapt to different needs anyhow. And of course, just a point, but the lads can take even more than just a point out of it, and feels a bit like a win tonight.
Paul, I was at Elland Road, end of November, when they threw away that 1-goal lead against Aston Villa, and there was a lot of negativity around the place looking at the fixture list with Chelsea, with Manchester City, the immediate one after it, and then obviously Liverpool, the game we've just watched. But how will that dressing room, how will that training ground feel come Monday morning now?
I think the belief will be there. That's the most important thing. I think what the manager's got into the players this week, the most important thing is the performance. Those 3 games were never going to define Leeds United's season. Manchester City, Chelsea and Liverpool. You know, you look at points in those games as bonuses, but I think what he got was a performance. He spoke about his job probably under threat at the start of the week, but that wasn't a bunch of players that the manager's lost the dressing room. They turned out today in a new formation again. And what he did today, which he hasn't done recently, or to be fair, most of his tenure at Leeds, he was proactive with the substitutes. He brought substitutes on that changed the game. He's been criticised of bringing on the similar type of substitutes around 70, 75 minutes and just changing personnel rather than system. The last 3 or 4 games, he's showed that he's tactically versatile and he's got a system that suits these players. Yeah, so Michael, Paul going as far as it's like he saved his job, basically, Daniel Vargas, for now. Obviously, Brentford, Crystal Palace to come next, but that is, in fact, we'll come back to that because that looked to me as well like a bunch of players who are certainly playing for their manager. We've just realised that Arne Slot is ready to talk to us after that game, so let's get his thoughts. He's the Liverpool boss.
Arne, what's your instant reaction at full time to that game?
A sense of unbelief. I think we played quite well to very well during large parts of the game. Went 2-0 up. I don't think we had any problems. I don't think we've conceded a chance till the moment we make a foul in a moment which is not even a chance, and they get a penalty of that by a VAR intervention. It's 2-1. And not many moments later, I think the second chance, oh no, maybe the first chance they had was 2-2. Then we go up, and you think you've done enough to win the game, but then a set piece leads to the 3-3.
Set pieces, we've heard a lot about them this season. How frustrating is it for you now?
No, it's not about me. It's about us. It's about the team. It's about the fans. Players have worked so hard, did so many things so well. And then again to concede the set piece, might be the 10th or the 11th this season. Yeah, then it's then I think if you concede so many of that, it's you cannot be higher on the table than we are. But like I said, it's especially disappointing for the players that put so much in, and then to go away with a 3-3 is I don't think that's what we deserved. But yeah, that's my opinion.
At 2-0. You had control. At 3-2, you then seem to have good control, but it seems to go out of control too quickly. How is that allowed to happen?
Because we concede goals without the other team even having a chance. And we have to do so much to score, because I think we had more moments where we could have scored. But yeah, it's so difficult to play a game of football if you don't even concede a chance and it goes in, let alone if the 1 or 2 that you concede also go in. But yeah, we can only look at ourselves because we are the ones that are doing it. So, yeah, that's the situation we're in.
Difficult, Michael, for him to dress that up, isn't it, after the last couple of seconds like that. Inter Milan away next before Brighton at home at Anfield.
Yeah, it's just so frustrating. I bet every Liverpool fan around the world are just so frustrated tonight because looks like it was 3 points, a good performance, 2-0, all going really, really well, and then a decision to give the penalty from VAR, and then all of a sudden Leeds got their mojo back and forced themselves back into the game, eventually got a point. So it's very frustrating. And the set pieces as well, he just mentioned, 10 or 11 goals conceded. I mean, yes, he's the manager, yes, he takes the brunt of it, but nowadays as well, we've got, you know, coaches all over the place, set-piece coaches. They need to look at themselves as well at the moment. He's fronting up and getting all the stick, but there's a set-piece coach in there that's always on the side of the line when they score and celebrate, and when they concede, don't really seem too close to the line.
That is a worry, though, isn't it? Only Forest have conceded more set-pieces this season in the Prem.
It's shocking, really, when you consider the height. You know, Van Dijk, Konate, 2 of the best headers of the ball. Alisson's one of the best goalkeepers in the country. It's very frustrating. Set pieces is something that you can avoid. It wasn't a brilliant ball. It was just a big mistake.
Guys, enjoyed that. Totally the big goals in the second half. Paul, thanks for your work. Michael, as well. So there we go. A missed opportunity for Liverpool as Leeds battle away at the bottom of the Premier League. A 6-goal thriller in the second half at Elland Road. See you later.